What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I know it's been a while since I posted on here. Work's been crazy and I've just been doing a lot of stuff, so I haven't really had time to post or record anything that's been going on. But I know where we left off. I was putting the junkyard 350 with the blower on it. That was going into the 68 Chevelle known as Hot Stuff. So the plan for the last video was we're going to pull the 396 out because it was running good, and we're going to put the junkyard 350 in there and just see how it went. Well, all the videos that I've posted prior to that about the junkyard 350, even the very first video I had of it running, the comments on that, people hated that. People lost their absolute mind, saying how stupid I was and just that it wasn't going to work, it wasn't going to make it out of my driveway. Well, I'm here to show you that that's not the case. So let's back up a little bit and I'll tell you what had happened with the Chevelle and the 396 and what was going on with that. So the plan was to pull the 396 out of the Chevelle because it was running good. Well, one night I took it down the road and decided I'd see what it really had, and I blew it up. I don't know if it was a rod bearing, a main bearing. One of the bearings in it went bad. Engine lost oil pressure. I was able to muscle it home and kind of dissect it, see what was going on, pulled the valve cover off, and the oil was just covered in, it was just nothing but metallic in it. My dad came over and he helped me out a little bit to kind of see what was going on. It was real weird. The engine lost oil pressure, and I was stranded on the road, but I figured the engine was toast anyhow, so I needed to make it back home, and I was probably only 5 minutes away, so I just said, what's the worst that's going to happen? So I decided to drive it on home, and I was driving it back home with no oil pressure. All of a sudden it had oil pressure again, but it was just real low pressure. So the engine was squealing and knocking, and I pulled it in here and we diagnosed that it either lost a main or a rod bearing in it. So I got it sitting over here in the corner now. So there she is. I'll probably end up having that rebuilt this winter, have it gone through, undecided if I'm going to have it really done or if I'm just going to fix the bearing, have everything cleaned up and put it back together as it was. It was only a 3 1/4 horse 396, so it wasn't the good one, but it's still, something needs done with it. I don't want to see it just sit here in the garage, just collect dust. So that's kind of where we're at. Life's got in the way, so I have videos lately, but that's going to change now that work's kind of slowed down and summer's here. A lot of car shows to go to. So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys Hot Stuff. Alright guys, here it is, Hot Stuff, the 68 Chevelle, now sporting the 350 with a blower. Looks pretty good. Kind of sucks not having a hood on the car, but that is what it is. I wasn't going to cut up the hood just because this isn't the plan to keep this blower motor in it, because like I said, who knows how long it'll last. I know the comments said, oh, it's not going to make it out of your driveway. This is so stupid on all the videos I made. Well, who's stupid now? Because look at it. That is a fine ride. So we'll put a video up of us going down the road and kind of test driving it. But this thing starts so easy for anybody who's thinking about doing it. Just do it. I mean, like I said, this isn't really what I was going for, but I work an hourly job like everybody else, so it's kind of what I could afford. And I mean, the wow factor is just unbelievable. People love this thing, and it's been together for probably a week now, and I've test driven it, you know, taking it here, there, and had a couple little issues, but everything's fixed up. And as long as you're not trying to, you know, drive like a maniac or anything like that, it works out perfect. So anyone who's thinking about putting a blower on something, and if you just don't have the funds to put a good engine together, a stock 350 will do just fine. There's nothing wrong with it, and I'm here to prove that today. So I'll take you guys for a ride in it, but first let me fire it up. This car fires up so easy. I mean, it's unbelievable. You would think that I don't know, you just wouldn't think that it would do this. Doesn't really sound the best. I mean, back here it just sounds like a 350, nothing crazy, but when you come up front here, you can really hear that blower whine. And when you're coming down the road, people are looking for, like, what is that squeal? What's going on? Well, that's it right there. So there it is. Car don't sound bad at all. Like I said, out back it doesn't sound the best, but when you have that blower whine and you're heading in traffic, people are looking. They want to know what that is, what's going on. So, but we'll post a video, or in this video we'll have the car going down the road. And I know a lot of people didn't believe me that it was a junkyard engine. Well, it is, and honestly, you could tell by the seat of your pants that it's a junkyard engine. But someone who doesn't know much about cars, and honestly I would be fooled myself if I walked up to this thing at a car show and seen it, you know, I wouldn't believe that it was a junkyard motor. Not at all, just because the way it looks, you know, it looks just like every other one that I've seen. So that's it, and let's take you guys for a little ride. Alright guys, welcome back. You can see behind me we have hot stuff, and this is where I come to test the cars. Hopefully the 390, or hopefully the junkyard engine don't have the same fate as the 396, because this is where the 396 spun a bearing. It started out really good right here. Let me flip. It started off really good somewhere in here, and then it really bad somewhere out there. This is where I do a lot of my testing. Obviously it's got a pretty good patch of rubber down on it. So without further ado, let's see what that little junkyard motor will do and prove these people wrong. Alright, so we're back from our excursion. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. That wasn't too bad of a burnout for what the Chevelle has. I'm just here to prove the haters wrong. All the people who were commenting say how stupid this is, a stupid idea. Well, let me tell you, that burnout wasn't stupid, and it was cheap. That's part of what hot rodding is, using what you have, making the best of it. So that's it, guys. I'll try to post more videos more often now that it's summer. Work's kind of slowing down, and that'll do. Until next time, see you guys.